And I am live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Don't Know What. Let me just say podcast. I am your host, Ray. Usually I have a bunch of people on the panel with me, but for one, I was kind of like slacking, and I'm gonna be honest, I was kind of slacking this week. I was going to do it, and then I was like, "Fuck it," but I did say if I was going to do one, I might as well just do it on my own. I'm pretty sure people would have anybody on my panel would have loved to jump on, but at the same time, it's already late and it's a Sunday night, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just do it myself. Plus, you know, I get to try to improve myself on this podcast as well. So let's get on with the show. The first thing I want to talk about is let me just bring up my notes because I feel like a lot of things done happen. Jordan the Last Dance. Yes. Yo, so I'm a Bulls fan through and through. So watching the first four episodes, so if you're listening to this now, I just got done with episode four. Watching these first four episodes is just like I feel like even though I was born in '88, so most of these joints I would probably be too young to remember, but watching some of the early ones, it's just like really appreciating why I am a Bulls fan and why I can like just watch this and just be anticipating and just waiting on every episode just like everybody else is. Like I have literally scheduled my day out just so I can watch this documentary. And like you're learning a lot. Like I learned how you already know how great Jordan was. I think some of the stuff you already know, just like they talk about Jordan's greatness. Like I didn't know that much about Scottie Pippen. Like he was one of many brothers. He grew up very poor and all that other stuff. How Dennis Rodman, when he was on the, if y'all just seen episode four, like end of episode three and the beginning of episode four, they was talking about how Dennis Rodman like had to take over because Scotty was injured, and then when Scotty came back, Dennis Rodman felt like he was out of place, so he needed a vacation. Now, and to me, this is the funniest part of the documentary, other than Jordan's words to Isaiah Thomas. But to me, the funniest part is like they say, "All right, you got 48 hours." And Mike, like you not gonna see him if you're gonna go to Vegas. You're not gonna see him for like 48 hours. You ain't gonna come back in 48 hours. And Mike was right. Mike, he's like, I did not like. It was so bad. Mike had to go get him. Like Mike had to go, and Carmen Electra was there, and she had to hit in the closet. It's that's honestly that's just funny to know because it's just one of those things you have to realize that it's just damn. Even that's how I guess that's how intimidating Mike was, but that's how much Mike wanted to win. Like you really get to go inside how deep Mike wanted to win. Like you get even like um goes back to his younger days, how bad he wanted to win, how competitive he was, and all that other stuff. And like you already knew Jordan was a competitor, but you get to see how deep it is or where it began, his competitive nature and all the other stuff. Like his older brother being the better athlete and him always trying to prove it. So it's just a beautiful thing to see. Like every time I watch The Last Dance, I like I'm in awe and I just want to keep watching more. So I'm this documentary is so good. I feel like you, I think this is why they like made it like 5 weeks because you know it's good, and you want people coming back for more, and they're doing the right thing. Because I swear to God, like I still want to see more, and I kind of wish I could watch this thing in full, but you can't. So that's on Jordan the Last Dance. The next topic I wanted to talk about. Let's go into wrestling. Like Nia, it's mostly about. I've been seeing this a lot in the lately in the wrestling news. It's about Nia Jax hurting wrestlers. Now, I like Nia Jax as a gimmick and all that other stuff. Like the whole I'm not like most girls and all that other stuff. I am a big fan of that. I like her look. Even as a big girl, I kind of like her look. She's really, really, really pretty, and I don't want to say she can go in the ring, but you could tell she is green in the ring. Now, the thing about Nia Jax, and this is what everybody kind of harps on, um, you can like see she's kind of green in the ring. She kind of throws her weight around and all that other stuff, and she's been hurting wrestlers. Now, I kind of saw this coming because she got at least 200 plus pounds on the average female superstar. Like if you anybody that watch wrestling, like you see little ass Sasha Banks, who's probably like I don't know, maybe a good 110, 120, or like a Alexa Bliss, who's I think she's barely like 90 pounds soaking wet. I'm not being, I don't know. And then you get this 250 plus Nia Jax. She's a big girl. And she's like 6 foot, like 250 plus and all that other stuff. So I'm not surprised that she's hurt, like she's hurting the wrestlers. She's not that physically, or she just. I feel like there's a lot of people like that don't know their strength. There used to be this dude that I used to go to school with. I can't remember his name now, but he used to. He was a tall dude too. He was kind of built in shape and all that stuff, but the motherfucker did not know his strength. The nigga was like he would literally like pat me on the back, but he would just do it so hard that it was like fucking hurt. And I was, you wince and all that stuff, but you won't tell me hurt. But it's like I had to look at him and was like, bruh, you need to control your strength. Like that shit hurt. Like I used to tell him that shit hurt. I used to and even in the Navy, I used to have this drunk my friend, like nicest guy in the world, sweetheart. But when he's drunk, that motherfucker did not know his own strength. He used to find me all the time and just swat me on my fucking back, and that shit was painful. And he just like even now, like I'm thinking about it, just God damn. Oh, control your own shit. He was a terrible drunk. Nicest guy in the world. Real good sweetheart. But terrible fucking drunk. I still go drinking with him with my dumb ass. But back to Nia Jax. I've seen this coming. What what do you do with Nia Jax? Because she done hurt a lot of wrestlers. Like, she hurt Sasha, she hurt it Bailey, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte twice in a match where Charlotte was like pissed. You could tell she was like pissed. She was like her neck was um she damn near Nia Jax damn near accordion Charlotte's neck, and that's really dangerous. She hurt our truth once, and our truth was pissed about that. um, what doing the WWE, and this is all I'm gonna say. Oh yeah, and most of this is popping up because Kyrie Sane, which is like another. Even though she's a great wrestler, that woman is tiny. Like this little Japanese girl, is just getting thrown like a fucking rag doll. And like the last match she on a botch where Kairi Sane said Hanase, in which most people, and they know they're Japanese, and this is what I looked up because I don't know about Japanese either, is a rude way to say get off me or let me go or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. So if she's saying Hanase, she's had concussions before, like especially Kairi saying, like, if anybody remember Kairi saying with that match between Charlotte and Becky, and like she was out of it, like Kairi was out of it, Charlotte was really going up, but Becky was being real careful or something. But Charlotte looked like she ain't give a fuck. That shit looked like it hurt. Um, so what are just saying, Nia Jax, I love you, but you need to do what Mark Henry did, or at least I'm pretty sure someone has told you like you need to be more careful with him. Because that's what Billy Gunn. When Billy Gunn saw Mark Henry and he saw like he's going to hurt somebody in that ring, and then like she got and Mark Henry was training with Billy Guns to make sure like he didn't hurt no more body in the ring. Somebody has to be there, and even if the Rock cousin or not, because even if that's the Rock cousin or not, you got to be the one to tell people, hey, you what you're doing right now can hurt people in the ring. If you want to be a great wrestler, part of the great wrestler is taking care of another person, which is weird because The Rock like gave like Nick Foley like in that I Quit match like 10 headshots. It was supposed to be three. But I know it was at least like 7 to 10 headshots, and like Nick Foley was out of it. And but any but with Nia Jax, I feel like yeah, she's still green because she only got like what 3 years of training experience. With most of them, they've been wrestling all their lives, so you're gonna piss somebody off. So for Nia Jax, I feel like, and you really need to learn this quickly. You need to learn how to throw your weight throw your weight around without hurting people. As if anything, I remember like they people having this trouble before, and I felt like she needs to lose her weight. But she ain't got. But when I say that Nia Jax needs to lose her weight, I feel like she doesn't have to be a skinny mini and all that other stuff. She ain't got to be like she could be like what Tamina is right now, and she could be like Tamina size and still could be like the irresistible force. Now imagine like her. I feel like she could like get to a weight like where she could still be like intimidating yet like have this whole new speed and all that other stuff. She could be like a Brock Lesnar instead of like a Big Show or Braun Strowman. And I think that would be really, really, really good for her. And I feel like once you like know, and I feel like once her she feel like realizes to lose the weight, she won't hurt nobody as much. And that's just me. I could be wrong because I know there's a lot of big guys that don't hurt people and all that stuff. They know how to maneuver their weight and all that other stuff. But me, when I'm looking at it, I don't think she knows how to maneuver a weight without hurting somebody. That's just me. So, Nia Jax, if you ever see this, like I hope you like get to a point where you can take care of the wrestlers without hurting them and all that stuff. The next topic I want to talk about because obviously I'm here. I feel like this podcast is gonna be a little bit quicker. Atlanta governor wants to open up business. Why Atlanta? Like why Atlanta? And that's my whole question about that is what like I know there are other states and there's like white people out there protesting the stay at home orders and all that other stuff. Um, First off, I don't. It's just weird that you want to open Atlanta because to me it's like Atlanta is the black mecca. Like most people look at it as the black mecca and all that other stuff. There's a lot of black people down in Atlanta and all that, and we're already like when it comes to COVID-19, we're the ones getting it the most, and we're the ones dying from it the most, and all that other stuff. So why Atlanta of all places? Why would you risk people's lives and all that? I feel like big business, the way I see it, the way it's like big business just want to get back in business. They don't care about the people's lives or casualties. They care about money. And that's really sickening because I don't know if y'all noticed I seen this picture of they says like ever since the quarantine and all that other stuff. There's not that many jobs. It's like everything like the Earth has been looking a little cleaner. It's like going back to where it was before. Like you know where it used to be like smoggy, but now it's really more clean. I can look outside and see it's really really more clean and all that other stuff. So and but at the same time, you have this virus going around. We don't have no vaccines for it. We don't know how to counter the virus, and you want to send people back to work. And he was like, and a lot of people, it was the same thing about sending people back to school and all that other stuff. And it's just like, it's a .1 or .1 to .3 casualty rate, but it's just like, why are we sending these kids out? Because someone can contract the virus and then bring it back to the house. And then like if they don't know they have it, because obviously you're asymptomatic, and that's the scary thing about this virus. You're asymptomatic. You don't know if you have it or not. You could be walking around with it and not know. So you don't know who you're walking around, and that's why we're quarantined right now. It's like you don't know who has it or if you do have it and all that other stuff. Why would you risk that? and I feel it's just like from a black man's standpoint, it seems kind of I don't want to say racist, but it seems like I'm side eyeing it because like Atlanta's a black. Like, do you? It seems like you want all the black people to get it first, and then once the black people get it first, like it's gonna be real. It's gonna be real bad because like they say, when white people get sick, we get pneumonia. So I'm not feeling for it. So it's Sunday now. I don't know if people are really going outside or not, but I hope people are staying at home, and I hope you know this doesn't really affect people because it's really stupid. Like people should really stay home, and we should at least wait until like we have a vaccine for it. Just people be cured. Big business will be fine. I don't understand and I don't know if I said this before, and I'll say this, and this going around to Donald Trump because even though I didn't have this written down, I was going to talk about the whole disaffecting thing. Now, Trump supporters, look, I don't care how smart you try to make your president seem and all that other stuff, but he's really not that smart and all that stuff. Sometimes I feel like now I'm not going to bag on him because I've always said this. Sometimes stupid ideas work. There has been a history of like this is such a stupid idea, but why does it work? I've seen stupid ideas work in front of me. It's like it sometimes it can be amazing, and then sometimes hell, even things like this, I felt like even if someone told Obama this, Obama could like switch it to a way where it doesn't sound dumb because your president sounds dumb, and that's why he's getting these memes, and it's just like you're cleaning with disinfectant and all that other stuff, and it was like I'm not knocking. This is just me. Even though I think what he said was idiotic, I'm not going to knock him for it because somebody, because like I said, somebody thought about what if we could make our TV flatter with better quality and all that other stuff. This is I'm not a Trump supporter at all, but it's just one of those things where you sound stupid, but it's just you need to keep your mouth shut. But I'm not going to harp on you as much as everybody else do. I think the memes are funny though. Um, okay, now on to our next topic. Um, Emmanuel Hudson versus Spoken Reasons. I've been looking at this beef. Now, first things first. Let's. I'm a sit. I like both of these characters, and like when I was young, I grew up. I watched a lot of Spoken Reasons. I remember asking all the questions from Emmanuel Hudson, and from the looks like both of these people are doing good for themselves. Emmanuel Hudson, you see him on Wild and Out. Spoken Reasons still got a good YouTube channel going and all that stuff. But I have to say, when I saw them on Wild and Out, it looked bad. Like it looked really, really, really bad. I don't think Spoken Reasons should have went on there. It's so bad that it looks set up. And do I think they were set up? A part of me does, but at the same time, I feel like if Spoken Reasons was funny, he wouldn't have to worry about it. I feel like the best counter, if they was going to set him up to make him not look funny, it was he could have backfired by being funny, but he wasn't funny. I actually did kind of look at the episode. He wasn't funny at all, and it's like Emmanuel Hudson said. You saw him not be funny for like a half an hour. Like we had to like double that. I'm paraphrasing by the way, but it was just like yeah. From what I was saying, it was like his delivery was all like his jokes was not hitting, and it's just when it came to that wild style, Emmanuel Hudson got him. He got him. But I also thought it was overkill to having that white girl say that whole Black Lives Matter and all that. That shit wasn't your fight. Like the whole time I was looking like white girl wasn't your fight. You ain't really need to do all that. But it's just when I look at that and I feel like even after that, they're still talking shit. That's the main thing and all that other stuff. Now, I went back to spoken, even though I said Spoken Reasons YouTube channel is still doing good. Excuse me. I went back to his channel, and I realized, like, I tried looking at his videos, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I did laugh at a couple of them. Like, I wanted to. Like, he's, to me back then he was funny, but now he's, I don't know. It seems like it just wasn't funny. It wasn't hilarious, and I'm pretty sure like he could do a video like bounce back is hilarious, but I don't know. I think it's just I gotta move on now because I don't think it's as funny as it I thought it was. Even though the Facebook thing, that's the last thing I thought like was funny because, but that one was based on reality and true, and that's when like everybody was having them long middle names for and like Latoya all the way live, and like that shit was real. And I felt like now looking at this, it's just nah. I'm not funny, but Emmanuel Hudson and Wildin' Out still funny. So I wish the best for both of these brothers, and I hope the best for them in the near future. So now I think that's basically it. The IG live battle. Okay, the IG live battles. I think I like the ideas of these IG live battles. I've been watching a couple of them. The Telly Riley one and Babyface is hilarious. I know people is like he doing too much, but I can't blame Teddy Riley for trying to entertain the masses. It's like we're in an epidemic. Like, cause if it would have, it was one of the things that if it would have went off without a hitch, they'd have loved it. But if the fact that it didn't go off without a hitch and it was doing too much and all that stuff, he got mean the hell out of. But you gotta respect Teddy Riley. Or anybody tried to be an entertainer for for the crowd and all that other stuff. So I but that one was really good. I still gotta watch how that battle went, but I can tell you what, I think Babyface probably would have got him. I saw the Primo versus RZA, and I'm actually surprised a lot of people got the RZA winning. And this is probably because I'm Primo biased. I thought Primo won. Now, don't get me wrong, RZA was doing his thing. RZA was doing his thing, and I was actually really, really um I was actually yeah, and I was actually really really impressed with the RZA. Like sometimes you forget he's done some things, and then RZA like throw these hits out. It's like yo, this choice is nice. It's like oh, I remember that. There's a lot of oh, I remember that. I so far the best battle to me is the Primo and the RZA one. That one because that one was purely hip hop, and like for an old hip hop head like me, I can enjoy something like that. So I hope to see more of these. I know a lot of people, and this is one thing I'm going to say. I'm going to. I used to put up. They was like Chris Brown and Usher. Who would think? I think Usher would win in the landslide. A lot of people would say Breezy, but I think a lot of people was sleeping on Usher hits and all that stuff. But I also said not Usher, but Trey Songz versus Chris Brown, and everybody's like, "Are you serious? Hold up." First thing first, y'all gonna stop sleeping on my man Trey Songz. Like this nigga don't have hits. Like this man didn't have like number one songs, or this man was not. If he didn't have club bangers, he had R&B love bangers and all that other stuff. Are we really sleeping on Trey Songz like this? I think Trey Songz can go. I think Trey Songz can go song for song with Chris Brown. Am I tripping? Or is that because a lot of people just like, oh, Chris Brown will win in a landslide. It's like, nah, Trey Songz got some classics. Like Trey Songz is really up there with them. But this is to me, it's like that LeBron and Melo thing. It's just like no matter how good Melo is, it's like people always gonna slurp LeBron. And I'm a Chris Brown fan. Don't get me wrong, but I love me some Trey Songz too. So I feel like if them two would go hit for hit, their whole shit would be good. And all right, so that's all I really have to say. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into my final word. And my final word is going to the black women. All right. Black excuse me. Black women, I love you. I just want y'all to know that I love y'all dearly. I love everything about y'all. And now I don't. This is not to pander to black women, but I always appreciate my sisters because y'all do so much and y'all try so hard and all that other stuff. Sometimes y'all don't feel love, and there's a lot of black women that don't feel love right now and all that other stuff. Like you see these TikToks of sometimes of these brothers like talking about every other race but the black women. You see them talking about how come you can't wear your hair, not you know about your hair. You get judged by being ghetto and ratchet, but when other people do it, it's they're you know yeah, other people do it, the one gets at them and all that other stuff. I just want y'all to know that there are men like me that appreciates black women. There are men like me that worships, and trust me when I say this, I'm not pandering to black women, but we love black women. We worship the one grounds you walk on. I want you to, and if y'all don't learn anything from me, just remember this: fuck with people that fuck with you, and that's kind of like what I want everybody to do. Because I know there's a lot of people that don't like me. I say this all the time. I know, like, even though I'm a nice guy to get along with, I know there's people that don't like me. I don't mind that. It's like that shit never bothered me. Scratch that. It bothered me. It bothered me at first because it's because you want to fit in and all that other stuff. But after a while, one time I just woke up and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. If people not gonna like me, they gonna like me. But if people do like me, they do like me. Now, like I said, I'm a very easy person to get along with, but I've always had that rule: just fuck with people that fuck with you. If this person, like, I usually do not give my energy to people that don't want it. All right, and I feel like that's the problem with black. And I've always said this with black women. I feel like you give your energy to the people that doesn't want your energy, or people that will suck up your energy and like use you the wrong way. Where there are men that worship the ground and walk on, and like not only will want to take care of you, but value your opinion, and uh, that will value your opinion, and will give you good conversation. And yes, I do feel like you do get looked over. Like even though Derek Jackson said that's not your type, but to me, it's all. I think when I saw that one, that was off of um like physical attraction, which like I can understand people not being physical attracted, but I guarantee you there are men out there like if you really give them the time of day and you know they worship the ground you walk on, you those are the good men you will find. I feel like there are good men out there, but yet you ignore them anyway for the no good ain't shit nigga. Like I'm not even going off of physical attraction because you can be physically attracted to whoever you want, but I know there are some no good niggas that I feel like y'all give y'all energy to too much, where you should really be giving it to people that really care about you. Like I know a lot of men that in my circle that will kill for a black woman. That tell people, I love black women. Like they wouldn't even consider it pandering to black women and all that other stuff. Like I feel like there are men like you see LeBron James with his high school sweetheart and all that other stuff, and they've been together forever. Those are the black men I know. It's like those are the black men I feel like y'all really need to fuck with. But I could be wrong. Y'all may have fucked with them. Some people realize it, but I don't want y'all to realize it when it's too late. Um, but I do want y'all to understand that we need y'all as much. We need y'all, and I feel like black women need black men, and vice versa. Like we all we got to me as far, and I've always said this. We all we got, and that's why I feel like we need to stick together. So with that being said, black women, I love y'all, and fuck with people that fuck with you. So that's it from the podcast tonight. Um, I don't like tune in next time where I probably will have a panel next time, but I really did want to get this out the way. Now, I would like to thank y'all listening to hear me talk my shit again, and I hope I entertained y'all tonight. One of these days, I'm going to be talking about strip club etiquette. because I feel like there's a lot of things about that, and I maybe talk about sex work a little bit too, because I feel like um, a lot of people getting OnlyFans now more than now, and I've said this before. OnlyFans is the new strip club, so we're gonna one of these days we're gonna get into that, and I know the exact person we're gonna talk to about that when we get to the OnlyFans talk. So with that being said, this your boy Eskino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.